Don't stand, don't stand so close to me. Hi, I am the ghost of Stuart Copeland and Andy Summers, formerly of the Police, and I am joined with the man who decided to go solo today.
Yeah, I'm
Sting.
staying. I'm moving on to better things, greener pastures.
You're leaving the band?
Just for an hour.
You know, I mean, I know you're the driving force behind the band here, but really, you're gonna big time us? You're gonna go solo today?
Yeah, race 3, TVG.
All right, let's talk about that for a second because actually, this is a really cool thing that Ciaran is doing today. Why don't you explain?
Karma, great charity, just like the PDJF. For the jockeys, this is for the horses. They did a charity event, and one of the auction items, which I bid on and won, was to go live on TVG with Todd Schrupp for a show and for a race and handicap the race. So we get to do that today. I've been stalking him all meet, so it finally came to fruition.
Well, this is going to be like the unstoppable force meets the immovable object, because both of you guys really know how to talk. Are either one of you going to be able to get a word in edgewise?
We shall see. I mean, if I can get words in with you, I think I have a fighting chance. I think we shall see, though.
Yeah, I barely let you get a word in, but I know you're going to have to get over to the track pretty soon, so we won't make this too long. But I do want to just recap a little bit for those who were with us on Monday for our Labor Day pop-up show, and for those who weren't, I just want to do a little bit of a recap because Ciaran had an absolute day for the ages, and all of our DTL crew got to ride along and actually piggyback on your bets. You gave out the late pick 4 on your sheet, the late pick 3 on your sheet. We talked about the late double on this show. Can I brag about you a little bit, Ciaran? Is that all right?
Go for it. Yeah, wasn't too bad of a day. Let's see if we can do it again.
Blushing. 50-cent late pick 4, 1,027.20 on a near $36 ticket. Don't you miss those days where you could spend $36 to hit 4,000?
That is what they used to be like at Del Mar back in the day.
So, I mean, for 50 cents, that's really good. You don't see that too often anymore because of the CRWs and the lower minimum, the 50 cents. So that was an excellent pick 4. How about this? $3 late pick 3, $108 ticket, $24.54.
Not too shabby. I mean, that late pick 3 and the late double, the low takeouts are just huge. We have a chance. Our long shots actually pay like they're supposed to when they hit.
That's right. You had a 25-1 sandwiched in the middle there. Too Sassy, trained by Sam Scolmieri in the feature race, went off at 25-1. And you're right. Paid like a 25-1 should in a multi-race sequence. The value wasn't sucked out of it because, it's only 50 cents more if I throw in another horse. You know what I mean? So that $3 minimum and low takeout really, really helps juice your price.
And then, I mean, the double paid pretty decent too. What was it? $9.89 for $5.
$9.89 for $5. You had it twice.
Yeah.
Given out right here live on air. So we hope to replicate those performances today. Just a reminder, everyone, this is just the pregame show. We're just going to kind of dance around the card a little bit today. The main focus will be later at 5:40 when Ciaran and I will be back here live to actually discuss races 7 and 8 at Del Mar in real time, using the probables, using information from how the track was playing during the day, etc., etc. But before we do that, I know Ciaran wanted to just mention one other race that was on his radar today. Talk to us about race 1. Get us off on the good foot on this Friday card, Ciaran.
I mean, I went through and I like this price here. It's a small stable. We always try to support the small stable. And this horse from 12 starts, 4, 1, and 3. So, I mean, the horse at least knows where the wire is and has a nose for it, which is, half the battle sometimes. The trainer is. He's having a great meet. 22% in 2025, 28% in maiden claimers. And when this trainer does win, he does it on long shots. And I thought, why not go with a fresh-faced debut horse here? So, I mean, he's doing pretty well with long shots. And we had a scratch out, so there's only 5 horses in this race now anyway.
Yeah, Victor Garcia always does really well here at Del Mar. And yes, with price horses, you think maybe he's using Ricardo Jaime, a little low sal jock, maybe to juice his price a little bit?
Maybe. We'll find out pretty soon. I didn't look to see what the morning line was or what the current betting was.
Yeah, I can call that up while we're talking, but the morning line was 8-1. That's probably going to come in. Which horse scratched? I haven't seen
number
that
6,
yet.
I believe, scratched.
Okay, so number 6 is out. That Peter Miller horse was going to take a lot of money. Also, look at that last work on the 5 horse, 68 of 88. Like, that is so slow, almost too slow to be believed. I usually say that when the works are too slow to be believed, pay attention because it looks like they're hiding something.
And then, I mean, the 2's probably the other Miller in this race is probably going to take all the money now that the 6 scratch. So we might get a pretty decent price here.
Yeah, I'm going to call up Del Mar right now in the ADW, just kind of see what the early betting action is. Yeah, number 3 is currently 7-5, still very, very early. You're another one. Whoop, it's refreshing. Okay, let's see that. Okay, 7-5 on the 3. Yeah, another Juanito is 6-1. That's probably what the revised morning line was. So we'll see how that shakes out. For Ciaran selections in race 3, you're going to have to watch FanDuel. Ciaran will be live on FanDuel on the set, I believe, with Todd Schrupp and maybe Dave Weaver, I think you said.
Yep.
I love Dave Weaver, Ice Cold Exacta. You guys are going to have so much fun. I can't wait to watch.
I mean, I'll be
heckling you from afar.
Oh, probably. I mean, I thought this was a toughish card where you could spread a lot early in the pick 5 and not hit anything. I mean, it is Friday at Del Mar, so I was trying to be a little strategic, but I think if you can hit in this pick 5 today, it could pay pretty well.
Are you talking about the early or the late?
Early.
The early one, yeah. Well, people can check out Ciaran's sheet for who he likes in those early races, but let's get out into business. We're called Double Trouble for a reason. Let's talk about today's late double. The first leg is race 7. It is the I'm Smokin' Stakes. It's for 2-year-old Calbreds going 5.5 furlongs on the main track. We saw the female version of this race on Monday, and that was won by a long shot, Too Sassy at 25-1. Ciaran had that long shot on Monday, but it looks like he's going to be pretty formful in this leg. So tell us how you see this and why this is the play. This is the horse you're playing most of your action.
I mean, I tried to get fancy. I tried to look at prices, but I just thought, this, if the one doesn't win, I'm not going to probably pick the winner. And I just thought it looked too good. On the rail as well is going to help. Undefeated in 2 starts, led both starts, gate to wire. So you know what the strategy is going to be again, pop the gate and go. First 2 races were shorter, but the horse acted like distance will be no problem. So I like this little stretch out. And I actually thought one's probably going to go off at 4-5, I would say. And then I think probably the second choice will end up being number 5, Thirsty Rebel. And I've read all the chatter, that came out of a very live race. A couple of horses, did very well next out. But I felt, Niels, maybe he's going to make me regret it, but he's been kind of cold. So it made it easier for me to just land on the 1 and not use 3 as a backup. And I didn't want to spend a lot of money, and this is going to be my spot to take a stand and hope I can get into the next leg.
Yeah, and we'll see how the track plays. Maybe if the inside's dead or speed isn't holding, you might pivot come later in the day. But right now, you're starting off with a single. I was going to do the opposite just because it's hard to win 3 races here in a meet at Del Mar. Bradfrey had some stat. The last one to do was like Chismosa, back in 2012 or something like that. Or maybe 2020, something like that. Very, very difficult. Look, this is absolutely the horse to beat. But, Sadler's had some really short-priced 2-year-olds in these Calbred races go down in flames. We saw Liberation go down in flames earlier in the meet. We saw Liberation and his Mohaven go down in flames on Monday, all at short prices. This horse will be 4-5. I was going to try and be a little clever. I was going to go spread here using the 3 O'Neills and one of the Steve Knapp horses to a single in the last. But then I wasn't going to cut off my nose to spite my face. I was going to use the 1, but I was going to use the 1 with some price horses in the next leg. We'll talk about the next leg in just a second, but let me just roll through the comments real quick. Good afternoon, fellas. Frank, how are your stats off a 3-day layoff? Usually pretty good. I'm good at firing fresh. At least at Santa Anita, I am. But I feel rested. I got some good sleep. Having that extra day, not having to worry about Thursday.
He's off
really
bourbon today, though. He's off bourbon, off Lasix today for Frank.
Well, no, I mean now I'm off Lasix, but
yeah.
The races are coming up. I'll be having my bourbon and Rockstar pretty soon. Let's get these late pick threes and double. You got it, Mr. Guitar. Can't wait for you guys to join us. Here we go. I love it. He gives me so much encouragement. Thank you, Mr. Guitar. Today's your day, Frank. Today's your day, Stuart Copeland. Today's your day, Andy Summers.
Well,
don't let Sting outshine you all the time.
So have you handicapped? I mean, everyone's probably going to be looking for the late pick 3. Did you handicap race 6 yet?
I mean, I looked at it. Yeah, I have a couple.
I can throw out what my pick 3 pick is for that race. I'm going.
That's a 3-horse race. 2, 4, 6.
I'm going 1, 2, 4, 11. Oh, the 11 scratch. So I'm going 1, 2, 4.
Yeah,
and I hear the number 4, the Rispoli horse. I'm hearing some good chatter about it, but I actually like the number 1, Brave Deb, debut horse for Demura and Mendel. And interesting stat, which kind of shocked me when I read it. Let me find it here. He's got another horse, and we're going to talk about it later. I had to do a double take. Do you know he's winless in 2025, which is shocking to me?
Who?
Mandela.
He hasn't won one race all year? That's impossible.
I went and looked again, and I was like, well, sure enough.
Well, he's won for 31 at Del Mar. So he's won one. He's 12% on the year.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the stats. It says 2025, 0 for 23. So I don't know.
Maybe with first-time starters.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, because he's won races.
But so I've got 2 of his horses today, thinking he's going to pop that goose egg in one of them.
So in race 6, you're 1, 2, 4. You said.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to add that right there, so people could see. Start of the $3 late pick 3. Ciaran is 1, 2, 4. I'll put mine up. Not that anybody cares, but maybe Mr. Guitar will help root me in. He's such a good. Frank gets a participation trophy to start. I know. Did you not like the McCarthy horse because of KK? Yes, correct. Okay.
And then
we're both on that too. I think that too is very, very sneaky in here. And then I
had some notes for myself. So the long shot I have in that first leg, Brave Deb. My notes for when we get to later in the day is going to be, I like a Mandela Demuro long shot in the last race, Sassafran. And my notes were, how did their other horse do in race 6? So we're going to have to revisit that later and see how that did.
Right. You're one with 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the last, right?
And 8 is the other Mandela Demuro horse. So I'm curious to see how the 1 does in the 6th race. And it might prompt me to do some more bets with the 8 in the last race or not, or pull that 8 off. We'll see.
Here's a question for you, since you're all about the 1 in race 7. Can number 4, another bullet? Speaking of Demuro, can that horse close and upset Sammy? Probably the best closer in the race, but it's still a maiden. Number 4, another bullet. Anything on that horse, Ciaran?
I don't know. I think Paula had her week last week, so.
Yeah, you were on every horse up until then.
Yep, and then she won.
All right, and just real quick before we talk about the last race in detail, race 3, which is your TVG race. You don't have to give away who you like, Ciaran, but Dan's going to lean on the 4, second off the layup, and can beat this field. Any credit to his number 4 horse in race 3, or does he have to watch FanDuel to find out?
I mean, everyone knows I like Supreme Coast, but that's not my price in there. I thought there was a logical single if you put a gun to my head and I had to pick a single, but I also like a long shot too. So,
yeah, I thought it was Toppers at Seaside, number 3, and number 3 in the 9, 1, 2 around the track, and if there's an upset in there, number 8 War Swift at 6-1. But that is not my race. That's Ciaran's race. I don't want to steal his thunder. I'm going to let Let him shine on FanDuel with Todd and Dave. Mr. Guitar Caveman, late pick 3. 6 with 5 with 1 8. So 6 is the Michael McCarthy horse that I'm on, but Ciaran isn't. Is that right? Counter or whatever? Let me get there real quick. That is, yes, counterbalance. Ciaran's off because of KK. That's been a pretty good strategy for him. But
yeah, but eventually it's gonna bite me eventually. I hope it's not today, but eventually when you're off a jockey like that, eventually it comes around and burns you.
And then he's singling the 5, Thirsty Rebel. I'm with you on that. Let's upset Sammy Davis. We're gonna have to let Ciaran go in a minute because he's got a lot of stuff to do. But I do want to talk about the nightcap. We mentioned some stuff briefly, but let me set it up. It's a Calbred maiden special weight for fillies and mares going 1 mile on the lawn. The rails are at 0 feet. Look, there are no world beaters in here. I thought this was a pretty wide open race. I decided to plant a flag with one horse with prices in the previous race, and then I have some prices with Ciaran's favorite Sammy Davis in the race. So that's kind of how I'm playing it. Looks like Ciaran is just all about the one in race 7. And tell us about the horses you have here and why you like them.
I went top choice is the 8, but I'll just go in number 5. Hurry On Home, debut horse for Carla. Lots of bullets, works. Looks very live on paper from the works, but she is pretty poor on debut turf horses. 6% and 8%. First timers, but fresh shoes on. And as we said, we're coming down to the last week of the meet, and JJ and Freshu are neck and neck almost. 6 races separating them.
And Ciaran, Freshu is one with 2 first-time starters going long on turf. You had his Glad horse, and then he won with the Tim Yakteen horse who you liked a little bit too the other day. So if there's a live firster who can win going long on turf at first asking, which is not an easy thing to do, they call up Freshu. So I use that horse as well, just because of the way you've been riding him, the last couple of weeks. So that's the 5 horse, number 5, Hurry On Home, who's also on my ticket.
And then I went number 6, French Moonlight for Powell. Top last race speed, second off the layoff. So, I figured all these horses are going to kind of be the same. JJ on the 7, Pennyworth for Phil. JJ's 0 for 9, which is shocking to me for Phil. He'll end that too, but that's surprising to see him not winless for Phil recently.
Here's the stat you're talking about, Ciaran, with the 8 horse. It's Gary Mandela who's 0 for.
Oh, yes.
Not Richard.
Gary, yes.
Yeah, Gary is 0 for. And that's right. I have him as 0 for 23. That's what you have?
Yep.
Yeah, that's your 8, Sassafran, who's your wise guy picking there. I have all the same horses as you, except I don't have the 8, but I did use the 10. I know why you didn't use the 10. Tyler Bayes from the 10 hole. But, I just think this horse is ready to move forward. Second off a long layoff. Doesn't need the lead. I think we'll have enough tactical speed to get over and stalk. But what I like about this horse is that she is a 4-year-old facing a bunch of 3-year-olds. And even this late in the year, I still do give extra credit to older horses in spots like that. But it looks like we're on the same 3 because I'm also using the 5, the 6, and the 7, with the 7 being my key horse, as you can see there. But then I'm also coming back. I'm not playing the 1-7 combo because I have a feeling that's going to be like $14.
I'd say it'd probably be less than that. I think they'll probably hammer both of that. Although, depending on who heats up winning today, Freshu or JJ, we might see them, start betting everything. I think we'll probably start seeing that tomorrow. I remember last year, whatever horse they got on, you had a price horse over the last few years with Pratt and JJ, and he would get on a 25-1 shot and go off at 7-2 just because, it was the last couple of days of the meet. So
the connections and whatnot. So that's the beauty of the show, Ciaran. We're going to come back live at 5:40 before race 7. We're going to look at the odds. We're going to look at the probables. We're going to talk about how the track is played. We're going to make fun of Ciaran for his FanDuel appearance. Mikey P from In the Money Media, thanks for reposting the stream. Going to roll through the comments real quick, and then we're going to let you go. Ciaran, will you have hair and makeup stylists for your TV?
Unlikely. I have a face for radio, but they'll just have to work with what they got.
I don't know if you can afford Terry, but, she is available for stylizing because you can see how good I look on camera. She takes care of little, zhuzhes up my hair and everything. Dan H. still looking at the late sequence, off today and doing chores while playing Indy. Okay, well, yeah, do your chores, get them done. We will come back live as usual for those last 2 races. And thank you, Chris. Chris is putting out his play. Love it. 1358 to start the $3 late pick 3. Then he's singling the 1, Sammy Davis. You're in good company there, Ciaran. And then singling the 5 in the nightcap. Love that. Hurry on home. A firster with Frazier. Great minds think alike. Ciaran, final thoughts before you head over to Del Mar today?
I think if we can get out, or at least if I can get out of the race that I'm planting my flag in, I'm looking pretty good, I think, today. But we shall see. It is Friday. Yeah. This is when chaos happens at Del Mar.
Yeah, and also, I mean, if you chart your double probables with the 1 and they're all paying really light, then you might have to pivot, or you might want to say, you know what, I'm going to do these for $50. I don't know. If that's going to be up to you. But we're going to have an interesting sequence later on. Everyone, tune into FanDuel. I would say starting in race 2. This way you don't miss Ciaran. He's supposed to be on after race 2, handicapping race 3. They gave him the best race on the card, 12.5 maiden claim.
Yep.
Todd and Dave are like, we don't want to handicap this. Let's just have Ciaran do it.
Yeah, it was supposed to be race 5 originally, and then they changed that to and I actually had a long shot on that one. You did your write-up, so we're opposite. Actually, we didn't even talk about it. Race 5, I like. I mean, I think that JJ Baffert horse looks pretty good, but my long shot in there, let me find my notes, is the number 7. I don't think we mentioned it. Let's see where it is.
Well,
yeah,
go ahead.
Shared Future.
So in race 5, Ciaran is number 7, Shared Future. For those who are getting the late multi-sequences going. I did that right up for the DMTC website, but my 2 picks scratched. I had 2 12-to-1 shots, both drawn outside, both going to get a great trip. Number 9, Wish They All Could Be, and number 10, Scary Fast Ride, and they're both scratched. So I got to start all over from scratch. Maybe I'll consider your horse. But you know what, Ciaran? As they say in show business, break a leg. And, when you're embarked on your, massive solo career and you're selling out stadiums from Buenos Aires to Zagreb, don't forget about the little guys, man.
I'll throw you a crumb.
See everybody at 5:40. If you don't hit the late double,
go home in trouble.
All right. Thanks for watching.